Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to more Ace Attorney, where absolutely nothing has changed since the last time that I was here. By which I mean, I guess Phoenix is still in the Mason system and is welcoming us to court? Okay, welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant Vera Misham innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Courtroom number 3, preparations complete. Okay. Something inside me, rising, surfacing. Okay. Kristoph Gavin. Something important, lost long ago. It's close now. So close. I don't know who was supposed to say that, by the way. October 9th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, Courtroom No. 3s. Court is now in session for the trial of Vera Misham. Is she even still alive, Your Honor? Like, that's actually a question, because she got atroquinine poisoning. So... First of all, I don't think she's here. Second of all, I'm pretty sure that means she's not guilty by default. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution's ready to rock. Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant Vera Misham's condition? I love how he's asking the fucking prosecutor. I mean, I guess technically she's in custody, so the prosecutor and the police would have more access to her than even her own defense attorney, which is part of the problem with this system. But oh well. Acute atroquinine poisoning. According to her physician, she could die at any time. Thus, her absence from the courtroom today. What? They can't put her on trial without her being here. It is unusual. They should wait for her to get better and do it then. It's so bureaucratic of them. That's not inaccurate, but technically being a little harsh. They can't delay the trial. Why can't they delay the trial any longer? Insofar as I could tell, it had only been like a day since Drew Misham died. Based on DL6, we've got at least, 15 years before the statute of limitations? So, this is convenient bullshit they're pulling out of their ass for no reason. Or they risk having no one left to try. Oh, that's the reason. Of course, wouldn't want the defendant to die before getting their guilty verdict. Jesus fucking Christ. A trial without a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tell us this. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right, if Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. No fucking shit. We've seen this before with the case of Terry Falls. To be fair, that one did leave a lot of grief in its wake. And also, to be fair, the only other trial without a verdict that we've seen was the trial of Zach Gramerier, and That also left a lot of grief in its wake. I'm not going to let that happen. You're not going to let it happen? Yes, I have returned, Normans. I did say that I should be streaming today, not Wednesday. But I am looking to wrap up Apollo Justice today. Yeah, no, I was supposed to do this last Monday, but my wife said, "You're mine," and claimed me for that evening, so I was unable to stream because I had to help my wife prepare for Passover. It is currently Passover, so I don't have to prepare for Passover, as it already is Passover. Anyway, like I was saying, Normans, welcome back to a totally normal and absolutely nothing has changed Ace Attorney 4 stream. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. I'm going to get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time. Very well, your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin. The prosecution's case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Misham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she had done. Objection! Objection! But Vera was poisoned with atroquinine, the exact same poison that took her father's life. Okay. Technically, something might happen, but I think I fixed the problem. So, I've been testing this all day because I wasn't at work. I've been testing this all day, and I think I fixed whatever the problem was. But you're not wrong, something might happen. Last night I was having some issues with my monitor where it would keep randomly cutting out for some reason without actually cutting the computer, right? The computer was going fine and, you know, my game was going fine, but the monitor was just... So I think I fixed the problem. But technically speaking, I'm not 100% sure of that, so maybe, but yeah, no, everything should be fine. The exact same poison that took her father's life. That is the point, Ja. What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have had access to the poison. Significant, since it is rather hard to come by. That is true. In other words, I see no need for further discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict. What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, or a victim, not the killer. If that is so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving her testimony before us. How do you propose her killer poisoned her? Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mystery killer was. I do have this in my inventory. I thought, or in my court record, I thought Kristoph made me give it back. I guess I didn't. The prosecution's objection is sustained. I ask the defense to prove its claims to this court. Tell us how Vera Misham was poisoned. I've got two things to prove here. Who did it and how? Which to hit first? Show how. How did the killer poison Vera Misham? I will focus first on the method used. Any comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin? Not a bottle or a container of the poison was found on the defendant's body. I see. So the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how the poison reached Vera Misham? Streams are back today, not Wednesday. You specifically asked about Wednesday streams, MCH. Wednesday is the actual end of the holiday, which I can't stream on. Tonight is one of the intermediate nights that I can. And Snowy is here and says, spin, spin. I hope this works. Oh, very well. It is time for the stupid farfel muncher. And what else? Sundere for Melee. Yes, Dino Gods, we be passing over, but we refuse to pass over the glorious Melee. And Melee would have absolutely figured out how this poison was issued. In fact, he would not have allowed Vera to have been poisoned in the first place. He is the absolute best, and I am very glad that Dawning is probably following through with that idea that I gave her a couple Saturday nights ago, even if it was an accident. Anyway, Melee is the absolute best, and I very much miss him in all of the Pokemon games that I have played since Legends Arceus. He is not in any of them, and that is a crying shame. I go wandering around looking for him, and I am confounded by the fact that I cannot find him, and he is just eluding me. I miss him so very, very, very much. He is in fact my one true love, and if I have to marry anybody, or if Dawning has to send artwork of me getting married to anybody, of course it would be the great and powerful Melee. But yes, I will be prepared to show how the poison reached her, because I have been advised by the great and powerful Melee. I will show you that what was used was this nail polish.
Take that!
Take this. It was nail polish. After all, we all know that Melee is very good at being hygienic and taking care of himself, so he would know when some nail polish has been poisoned. This is in fact a beautiful bottle. Like to give whoever designs that a hand. Judge, you are absolutely brilliant, though not as brilliant as Melee. Regardless, this might be something that Klavier recognizes if he knows that his brother uses it. But I also know that Melee is wonderful at everything he does. He cares about his appearance, he cares about his hygiene, he cares about everything because he is absolutely wonderful, wunderbar, and the absolute greatest. And I have an objection to all the Pokemon games that do not have Melee in them. They do not have Melee in them, and that makes them inferior to Legends Arceus. That is my objection. And that is all the objection that I have. That is nail polish. It is colorless. Ah, something's the matter. You probably recognize it. Yes, see, I said you would recognize it. You will not be able to bluff me, little Klavier Gavin. I know that you recognize it as your brother's preferred brand. Just as I recognize it as Melee's preferred brand. Nothing at all, eh? So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it. That is incorrect. As Prosecutor Gavin has told us, this is nail polish. Nail polish, eh, you stupid snipperwapper? It's like paint for nails. Know any women with red nails, you stupid snipperwapper? Ah, my wife has red nails. I see, so she'd been painting them all this time. I thought that she had red nails by default. Anyway, let's recall yesterday's trial, you stupid snipperwapper. It was 2 weeks ago, so you'll forgive me if my memory isn't so good. But let's see. Remember when Vera was testifying to the court? And court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Whenever Vera became nervous, she had a habit of biting her nails. Her nails. Ah! Prosecutor Gavin, When the prosecution had Vera examined, did they check her nails? Bailiff, have them check the defendant's nails at once. Mr. Justice. Yes? Do you know who did this? Do you know who put poison in that nail polish? Yes. That bottle belongs to Vera Misham? Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this? You stupid snipper wapper? I think you see where I'm going with this, don't you, huh? No, just checking. Mr. Justice, you are about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the chatter. After all, you might be windy, old bag, but when it comes to accusing people, you have to actually focus, instead of rambling on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And another thing, when you're going to accuse someone, you have to realize the weight of this accusation. Let me show you. See up in that top right corner, you've got 2 potential penalties instead of 1. That is the weight of an accusation. You must know this. You must carry this if you were ever wrong, you stupid snipper-wapper. But okay. Understood, Your Honor. No problem. I am pretty sure I know what I'm doing this time. Then let us ask, who poisoned Vera Misham with her nail polish? That's this guy who has literally no other reason for being in this case. What's this? Kristoph Gavin. Objection. What's your game there, you silly snipper-wapper? My bro, there's no way he could do a thing like that. You should know that better than anyone else. Indeed. He is behind bars. I know. However, that doesn't mean it was impossible to do what he did. He started this plan in motion 7 years ago, you silly snipper-wappers, and I'm going to prove it. What? Ask yourselves when he put the poison in the bottle. It could have been yesterday, it could have been a month ago, maybe it was a year ago, or perhaps it was 7 years ago. But Kristoph Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable, and yet he apparently had no motive for killing that Shady Smith character for which he is now sitting in jail. Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so. Hey, sweating bullets over there. That face tells me one thing. Kristoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there is a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Kristoph Gavin from jail as a special witness. Fine by me, you silly snipper-wapper. I've known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Okay. The defense's wish is granted. Let prisoner Kristoph Gavin take the stand. But since he is a prisoner and convicted of a crime, make sure he doesn't steal it, because if he's convicted of one crime already and facing the death penalty, he might also resort to theft. Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. That witness is Kristoph Gavin, currently residing in solitary cell 13 at Central Prison. Sometime later, when Mike Meekins was finally successful in his attempt. Your Honor, how nice to see you again. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never. I think you already know Mr. Kristoph Gavin. Mr. Justice, I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself. Heck, why do I feel like somehow he's still my boss? It's the psychological trauma. You'll get, actually no, in this universe you'll probably just get more of that. Well, whatever. You'll learn to live with it, you stupid nipper-wapper. Stiff upper lip, Apollo. You can do it. Does this bottle look familiar? Ariadne nail polish. Why, yes, I use it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear. She's not dead yet, you fucker. See? See? Apollo is correct. And was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? I admit I respect her for her taste in nail polish. Her taste, indeed. This nail polish was how Vera... I assume that we also confirmed that in the time it took to get Kristoph Gavin here. This nail polish was how Vera Mission was poisoned. The troquinine, was it? You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin. An old friend stopped by. Okay, he's not actually going to admit that. But even in solitary, much comes to my desk, and I have nothing to do but read. Well, Klavier? Oh, actually, this is going to be the first case where we see both of them in the same place at the same time. Which is interesting. The wheel appears to once again be favoring the German accent. Anyway, a little goblin may join me later, but I know that Dawning is not feeling well today, which is why she cancelled her stream a couple of nights ago for Bulba Garden. ... exclamation mark. Maybe you can explain this. ... You're being accused again by him again. Ah, and you agree with his accusation, do you? ... Let us hold a proper trial, shall we? Kristoph Gavin, your testimony, please. I'd be delighted. The charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You are suspected of the poisoning of the defendant, Vera Misham. Please testify on this matter to the court. Yes, well, this is why as soon as the holiday and Sabbath ended, I actually checked the channel on the Bulba Garden server where we have updates for this sort of thing, because I figured it might be possible that Dawning would or would not be streaming. Witness testimony. Testify. Testification. Poisoning Vera. Owning the same nail polish does not a murderer make. I had been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution's case holds she poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest that I was responsible for poisoning her father, too. Very well, it is time to press all of the buttons, and yes, you are responsible for poisoning her father. Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sounding rather unlikely. But of course, he would make it sound unlikely in his testimony, Your Honor, except for the fact that he is a lying, farfel-munching farfel-muncher. And a stupid, foolish fool. Naturally. For one, I don't even know the missions. Isn't that so, Mr. Justice? ... Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. I am accusing Kristoph Gavin, my ex-boss, again. But I know that he poisoned the missions. The question is, when could he have done it? Not to mention, why? Very well, I will do what I normally do. Push all the buttons.
Hold it!
Hold it. Tell me, is this nail polish expensive? Ariadne's nail polish of the highest order. Not only is it fabulously expensive, but it is made in extremely limited quantities. And you and Vera just happen to both use it. That cannot be a coincidence. Objection. I'm guessing it is not a coincidence. Huh? It is simple. Ariadne is the best nail polish that one can buy, correct? Then, if one wanted the best nail polish, one would buy it. That makes sense. Why, it's a bit like my feelings towards my brand name Gavel, and today we learned that the judge has his own brand name Gavel. What would the Gavel's brand be? Perhaps it would be a Hammer Time Gavel. I do not know. And my silk top hat. We all done showing off our refined tastes. Please continue with your tasteful testimony. Delicious. Oh hey, there's a thing for perception. I will not perceive, so I will press. Can't you still make contact with the outside world in solitary? Objection! Ah, so he had an accomplice on the outside. Is this your latest accusation? I am allowed a certain modicum of letter writing. Objection! But the contents of those letters are closely checked. It would be extremely difficult to send a hit request. Prosecutor Gavin's on the warpath, isn't he? Yeah, you think so too, Trucy. I bet I know why. He must be very nervous with Big Brother watching. That is a 1984 reference. And maybe that's a weakness I can turn to my advantage. Are we cool with that? May I continue? Press button. The defendant is not dead yet. There are no known cases of someone surviving atroquinine poisoning. You seem to know a lot about atroquinine. I know a lot about a lot of things, which is why I suggest we pick up the pace, or else you'll be short one defendant, for what she's worth. The witness will refrain from speaking ill of the ill. My apologies. Shall I continue? Oh, it's you, LG. Hello there. Uh-oh. I can't hear you.
You always say that. It takes a second for me to connect.
Okay, that's fair, but like your little Who's What's, it's always lights up. And it's like, okay, if it's lighting up, it looks like you're trying to say something.
Weird.
Anyway, welcome back to this totally normal, nothing has changed since the last time I have streamed this Ace Attorney 4 stream.
Sounds legit. I believe you 100%. Why
Good.
is Twitch white?
Say that again?
Twitch was white when I opened it. It shouldn't be.
What was white?
Twitch. It set me to light theme for some reason.
Oh, I see. And yes, Dino Guts, objection. We're in the middle of Kristoph's cross-examination, so I'm about to press the prosecution's case hold. She poisoned her father.
There, yep.
Press!
Yep.
Hold it! Vera had no reason to want to commit suicide. And also, who would commit suicide by doing their nails?
Objection!
Objection! The answer's quite simple, basically.
I forget, were you voicing Kristoph or was I?
I don't... You know, I don't think he was ever in the case when I was around.
That's fair. I know the original person to voice him was Midori, who's not here. I've voiced him before. If you want to voice him so that you're voicing both of the Gavins, you're welcome to.
That could be fun.
Very good. Also, Dino Guts, I don't know what your guts are saying. They might or might not be accurate.
Well, I can't see anything different, so I'm forced to take him at his word.
Yes, there's nothing that appears to be different.
Allow me to explain. Beginning with, why did she do it? The answer's quite simple. She couldn't live with her own guilt. Next. Why did she use nail polish to poison herself? This, too, is simple. So she could die doing something that she liked.
Testifying in court. Something that she liked?
Once she saw that the trial wasn't going her way, she knew she would die. And it's not easy to bring poison into a courtroom.
You would know.
Must I explain further?
I believe that's clear enough. Crystal clear. Like that crystal locket, not locket, that crystal necklace that Phoenix was wearing that one time that I'm pretty sure he ate. Yeah, no, it's absolutely impossible to smuggle poison into a court. Wow, the two brothers together is like a two-man wrecking team. They could use a little more teamwork, though. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the statement that I'm going to have to perceive on, but I'm going to press on it, as is my vague.
Hold it!
Both Vera and Mr. Misham were poisoned with atroquinine. That really can't be a coincidence.
Objection!
The defense is repeating fallacious statements based on conjecture.
I'm sorry, what am I filleting?
Statements and conjecture?
Oh, never mind then.
The prosecution requests concrete, unambiguous proof of the witness's crime.
Objection sustained. The defense will please present concrete proof. I don't have anything that's concrete. I do have paper, though. Will that work?
Yeah, I don't have anything that's concrete, but I do have something that's proof. Glug, 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 glug.
I mean, I have a lead pipe. That's lead evidence. Anyway, does Prosecutor Gavin seem strange to you? It's like he's all grown up. I think that's how prosecutors are supposed to be, actually. Though he is acting different than usual. I'll bet it has a lot to do with his brother being, brother Kristoph being in the room. Yes, pipe evidence. Well, let's make this testimony count, Apollo. Right, quick and painless. My bracelet should do the trick. Okay, I'm questioning my ex-boss. His testimony seems watertight, but he's lying. Sure, I'll be able to see something as long as I focus.
The prosecution requests solid evidence. Alright, let me use my magic bracelet to tell whether he's lying.
Exactly! Alright. So I'm going to... because he's adjusting his glasses on the last statement. Right, so that's pretty clear to me. Just looking at all the other... Yeah, looking at literally all of the other... Like, okay, the location of his head is slightly different, but, like, the very clear one is the last one where he's adjusting his glasses. So, let us perceive. I always hate doing this. Okay, where's... See, the other thing is I can never tell... Where's your other hand? I mean, it was the other guy's armpit once, but I have to find... Oh, hold on! He's got a scar on his hand! That's interesting. I don't think that matters here? Because it's not... He's... who would have... Okay, well that's literally the only thing that I can see. But, like, I am technically moving all over the place. He's not doing anything.
Yeah, because you've got to catch it on a specific frame.
Oh! Oh! I saw it.
You found it?
The veins were bulging in his hand.
They sure were.
Gotcha!
There we go. Jesus fuck, that's annoying.
I like how it looks like a little skull.
A little bit. His head is only sometimes on his neck. Yeah, that's the case with Spark Brushall's head was only sometimes on his neck. But he may, as far as he knows, he's human. It was you who killed Drew Misham.
A bluff worthy of your new mentor, Mr. Wright.
Oh, really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said, her father too. Your hand tensed unnaturally, and a little devil appears to give me the news.
And? Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that you saw me being 10. What does that mean? Are all 10 witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Misham fond of nail polish too?
Sorry, but there's more than one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish to get to someone's mouth.
Ah, then I must be very talented indeed.
Or you
You
just
see-
like kissing people.
You see, Drew Misham was killed on October 6th, while I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, then I don't know what is.
But you found a way all the same. And I found it too. ...
Exclamation.
This is how you poison Mr. Misham. Do 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 do. Wait, I thought I... Phenomena, yes, phenomena. So, part of me is guessing that it's the letter, because poison found on the stamp.
Uh-huh.
Why did Mr. Wright give me this letter right before the trial? What could it mean? I don't know,
Boy,
because
Apollo, I wonder.
he shouldn't have had it. Like, seriously, at the end of the very last part of the Mason system, Kristoph made him give it back. But it's either the letter itself, which explicitly mentions poison traces found on the stamp, or the actual stamp, but all that says is sent from the real client. The letter from Misham was sent to Kristoph Gavin, so it's gotta be the latter.
Take that!
I'm guessing that's a no.
My, and here I thought you'd come so far.
Huh?
I admire how you, lacking any confidence whatsoever, chose to barrel on. Your defense lacks even a shred of evidence. Much like Phoenix Wright, much come to think of it.
Relax, Justice. I've come this far. I must know the answer. How did the killer get to his victim when the killer was in jail? Then it's the stamp?
It was the stamp.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You successfully narrowed it down, you just picked the wrong thing.
But the stamp says literally nothing about poison in its description.
You are correct.
That's bullshit! How?
Little bit.
Take that!
I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. It's alright, it was my right hand, not my left hand. We're fine. Yeah, it really does. He's speechless. ...
I'm sorry, I missed that you said the thing.
I don't have... Like, both of my hands are working fine, Dino Guts. In point of fact, I actually... So, to prepare for Passover last Tuesday, and then I was actually back at my parents' house this morning, there's a dish that I normally make that involves hand stirring or hand mixing a lot of dough. Well, I say dough. It's kind of dough, but it isn't really dough, but think about it as dough. Last year, I couldn't do it because my left wrist was acting up. This year, flawless. Like, literally, this dish came out the absolute best that I have made it in years. Perfect. Because I have two functioning hands and arms and wrists.
Makes sense.
I even made a batch for my wife, who's going to bake this stuff herself, but that's just because she doesn't want to eat it after I'd already... But, like, it's always best when it's freshly baked.
Fair enough.
Dino Guts, between last Tuesday's batch and today's batch, I'm pretty sure I made over 200 of these things, so... In point of fact, I know I made over 200 of these, counting the dough that I gave to my wife. So yeah, that should be enough for everybody. So when I say that my wrists, hands, and arms are working fine, yeah, they are. Because I have to hand stir 5 eggs into each of these different batches. And each batch is about 45 or so little rolls. So I made 4 batches last Tuesday, and then I made a 5th batch today. So I'm doing fine. And in point of fact, like, I was so hyped and energized Tuesday, because I ended up staying up way too fucking late last Tuesday, and I don't mean... Actually, yeah, no, last Tuesday, because it's only Monday. I lost track of the days of the alphabet because of 3 days of, 2 days of holiday followed by Sabbath, and I haven't been going to work because whatever, but well, I took the time off, not because whatever. But like I was so hyped that I could actually do, I was just so energized, and that's probably why they came out good, because I was just so grateful for the fact that I could actually mix the dough like I couldn't last year. Because I had to have my brother do that, and I would just kind of occasionally pop in and, make sure that the consistency was good. Anyway, enough about this. I would like to actually finish. I would like to actually finish this tonight.
Yep,
The
let's
night,
go.
Yeah, the night Mr. Misham died, he was seen writing a letter. A troquinine was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin.
So am I to understand this stamp was the murder weapon?
Yes, you are. Oh, and yes, this stamp was found in your prison cell.
Exclamation! How did you get that? Was there some kind of time-traveling maniac?
What makes it even worse is that Kristoph makes Phoenix give that letter back to him at the end of the Mason system thing. Like, that's what's really bullshit. That is all, Your Honor.
I got official business. Goblin business. Please see table for business cards.
Order, order, order! Poison... Poison on the back of that stamp?
Canadian poison.
Oh, yes, dearie. After Drew Mission was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell over there. It would be the Phoenix Wright fellow there, eh? Daddy there? I'm pretty sure that's not what they call fathers in Canada, but Daddy A. Daddy A, Daddy O, Daddy Q. That's when he found that stamp over there, eh? This is the stupidest argument that Apollo could even possibly ever come up with there. You made Drew Measham write you a letter there? He didn't actually make him write it. Like, he wasn't holding a gun to his head and saying, you will write me a letter now there. This is a very stupid thing. Apollo's about to get his cheeks clapped, and he deserves it there. And Klavier is going to be more than happy to be the one to do that there, eh?
Thrilled.
You made Drew Measham write you that letter there, eh? That's how you killed him there.
What? My, you've upset my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Allow me to clarify this matter, Justice. All you need to do is recall witness Spark Brushell's testimony.
Well, there, that's the thing there, eh? After he put his letter in that there envelope, Mr. Measham sat there and searched his desk drawer for something there. Oh, his desk drawer, eh? I feel like these aren't the original voices we had for these characters when this scene was playing out there, but let's continue anyway there. Yes, it was a stamp.
That sounds like I remember.
It could very well be. I could just be misremembering there. A so-called postage stamp, end quote.
He was looking for a stamp. Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp.
What are you getting at there?
What I'm arriving at is that this commemorative stamp was in a fray. It was mere coincidence that he used it that night.
That would seem to be the case there, eh? Boy, I'm sounding a whole heck of a lot like my little brother there.
Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence?
Oh no, dear. It does happen to be a coincidence that he happened to use that stamp today there. Or, not today, the day that he died there, eh? But, you were the one who wanted him to write you a letter and use that stamp there in the first place. Oh, he does have a point there. How would this witness know if the victim was going to use that stamp, eh? Without that, he couldn't have planned the murder there. Well, what are you talking about, Judge? Are you forgetting the letter that we saw? Well, okay, I guess it was not technically yesterday. It was 2 weeks ago, or perhaps even more because I'm so slow at this shit. But at trial, we mentioned a specific letter that said, use the stamp that is enclosed with this letter to mail your response there.
And is there a known connection?
Yes. In point of fact, That letter that you got in your prison cell is the known connection there.
Well, no, that simply means that the stamp was used.
Oh, yes, the letter was sprayed for atroquinine poisoning, and it just so happened that the stamp that was in there happened to have atroquinine poisoning and a residue on it. Well, the letter that was in that red envelope happened to have atroquinine residue on it, and so did this here stamp. Now, there could technically be two poison stamps going on around there, but if those were two poison stamps that were going around in Drew Misham's immediate orbit, that's one heck of a coincidence there. But yeah, no.
Why would there need to be two?
Well, that's the other thing.
He simply used the one that he received from an unknown source. Unless we know that I sent him the red envelope. I was zoned the fuck out for the first half hour of this hearing.
Yeah, well, okay, it's not this particular hearing, but like the letter in the yellow envelope kind of proves that you're the one who sent it. But let's carry on.
Really, Klavier, you should be seeing through these weak-spined bluffs by now. ...
He is right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Misham would use the stamp that night? He couldn't. He was intending for him to use it 7 years earlier. Least of all, Kristoph Gavin locked away in his cell. Well, it seems that the defense has run out of things to say. Technically never, Your Honor. It's just most of them don't have any relevance.
You assume he had something to say in the first place. I believe the defense's bluff has been called.
I don't hear my phone ringing.
The defense's bluff? I'm not sure I agree with you there. Kristoph? Klavier? Honestly, I wanted to believe you. But the defense wasn't trying to get away with a bluff. You were, Kristoph.
What are you saying? Prosecutor Gavin?
Hair forehead. What was your accusation again?
Huh? Oh, it was that...
This poison stamp killed Drew Misham. Yeah? To which my brother responded thusly. There was no way to know when Misham would use the stamp.
Correct. That is right, which is why it couldn't have been planned.
Then tell me, it needs to be planned. Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The defense's case is simply that Drew Misham died by that stamp. That's all.
That is correct. Also, Jesus fuck. Thank you, thank you, Kristoph, for being an idiot. Thank you, Klavier, for actually being probably the very first honest prosecutor we've ever gotten in Ace Attorney. But yeah, that goes to Dino Guts' theory that it was only poison for fun.
Your Honor, in my defense, I'm just a little guy.
Yeah, I just decided
to... little guy.
Yeah, I just decided to put poison on the back of that stamp. I didn't think he'd actually use it because it was such a valuable commemorative stamp. Coincidence?
Kristoph, you tried to slip out from under his accusation by changing the subject. If that's not bluffing, what is it?
Would bluffing be trying to get through this game while it's upside down and my glasses are off? Because you do still have two little goblins know best.
Yes, why yes, what a magnificent idea.
Sorry, I am trying to make sure that those get used, because I don't want to... Well, actually, I have to flip the thing upside down. What was I doing? So let's do that.
No, yeah, That's good. That's good. Thank you for making sure I remember.
Yeah, no, that's my job, to keep everybody honest.
You are the defense attorney.
Correct. Alright. So what's the next thing?
What are you up to, Klavier? I could ask you the same question, Kristoph. I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency.
But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony. That does say impermissible. Also, you've got to be careful who you're calling Mr. Gavin. Well, okay, I guess we have Mr. Gavin and Prosecutor Gavin.
Yeah, see, we're good. Very well. I shall take his claim head on, then. Justice.
Yo.
You accuse me of Drew Misham's murder, yes? Then, allow me to ask you, what possible reason could I have to kill a painter?
Apollo. Motive. He's talking about a motive. Who gives a fuck? You didn't have a motive to kill Zach Grammarye, but you did it anyway. Well, okay, Shady
Or did
Smith.
I?
Well, he was still convicted of it. Like, all of these fucking cases where people have no motive or they do whatever. Like, Kristoph Gavin, in the first case of this game, was convicted without a motive. Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come to want to kill a... Don't forget, he wasn't just a fucking painter, he was a forger. But okay, how an attorney could want to kill a painter? Now, here's something. Why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? God, I am having to, like, squint my eyes in very weird ways to even get a slight resemblance to what's on screen. Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose. So, what does it mean? It seems there might be a weak spot. Maybe I have some, I'm guessing that's evidence, to prove a motive. God, I must look like Apollo does with his eyes popping out when he's trying to perceive something. A motive for murder. That is a vital, if not the most vital, element in this case. It wasn't in the first case, Your Honor. Please consider this when making your statement.
I'd say it's about this vital.
I didn't see what he did. Well, I didn't see what he did.
A double strength penalty.
Oh, no wonder I didn't see what he did. I'm trying to look at the fucking text box instead of... Okay, yeah. Also, that's not nearly where it normally is. That's pretty vital. I think I'm going to try to save. Assuming I can. Where's my save button? Options is the plus. I mean, I'm not in danger of losing, but that's pretty vital. Well, Mr. Justice, I'm going through with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I'd like to... Oh, good. Present evidence.
Dot, 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 dot.
Then let's see what you have for us. What reason did Kristoph Gavin have for wanting to murder Drew Misham? Alright, well, the fact that I can't see and I'm upside down means that navigating my evidence is going to be fun as hell. But it's not my attorney badge. It's not the magic show ticket. That would be kind of funny, but no. It's not this. Or that. Or that. Or that. It's not the red envelope. That's not the stamp. It's not that portrait or that portrait or that portrait. It's not the autopsy report. Like, I could see why it could be the notebook page. I could see why. But we haven't tied that to Drew Misham yet. Is this where the letter is?
Could be, could be.
I don't think so. I think that when the letters time comes, I think it'll be pretty obvious. So my guess is it's the red envelope, it's the notebook page, or there's an offhand chance that it's the yellow envelope.
Could be any of those.
And when in doubt, there's one thing to do.
Press buttons?
Press buttons randomly and see what happens, starting with the minus button.
The only button you're not allowed to press, I'm afraid.
But I can't see, so maybe it'll be an accident.
Your controller isn't upside down.
Would you be surprised to learn that this is a new controller?
A little bit.
Would you believe me if I said this was a new controller?
The fact that you've only brought it up now when trying to justify your poor choices tells me no.
I have insisted repeatedly that this is a normal stream, that nothing, absolutely nothing, has changed since the last time. People seem to not believe me. Should I show you why they shouldn't believe me?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. For this, I'm gonna flip everything right side up again.
It's probably been about 5 minutes-ish anyway.
Yep. Let me hit this convenient home button here. Looks roughly the same, doesn't it?
I don't know, I can't see anything. Yes, it seems legit.
Well, that should tell you something. Actually, both of these should tell you something.
Oh, I see. Yup. You complete honesty, did not even register.
No, it's very subtle. But yeah, welcome to my first stream on the Nintendo Switch 2. This is actually why I mentioned earlier that I was having some monitor issues last night. I suspect that the capture card that I have in the Switch 2, well, actually, after doing a bit of research, capture card that I have is not recommended necessarily for the Switch 2, but there were some settings that I needed to change on the Switch 2 in order to actually get it to work without my monitor cutting out.
Well, it seems to be working now, at least.
Well, you wouldn't be able to tell one way or another because what would happen would be my monitor would cut out and nothing else would.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
So the only thing that you'd hear is me swearing. Okay, I haven't connected the notebook page to Kristoph Gavin yet. Literally the only piece of evidence of the three that I'm even considering, the only one that I can directly prove that Gavin has anything to do with is the letter from Misham. Because it was found in Kristoff's cell. I legitimately do not know. But yeah, by the way, I was actually originally planning on waiting until the end of this stream to reveal that. But the timing was kind of perfect, so I chose to do that now.
You picked the superior option.
I did,
when
didn't
given
I?
the choice.
I'm very, very, very good at what I do. Well, okay, I should say I'm very, very good at showmanship.
Yeah. Like,
But alright.
I can't even be sassy to that. That's just correct.
Yeah, so the controller that I'm actually using right now, and at least until such time as I can get my my Nintendo Pro controller to work with it, which I was having some trouble with, I'm back to basically using the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, and I'm using the
I think the original Pro controller should work. You might just need to, like, I don't know, plug it in or something?
It should. I just have not had the time to I have not had the time to mess around with it in that detail, because the bigger thing was I wanted to make sure that the fucking monitor was working.
That's fair, that's very fair.
And the other thing being the package didn't come until fairly late yesterday. And the other thing is, when I did get the package, would you like to hear how my wife reacted?
I would love to hear how your wife reacted.
I got
So
Goblin business. Please see table for business cards on your way out.
So my wife saw me coming in with an Amazon package, and she knew exactly what it was. When she saw me with this package, she swiped it from my hands. And do you know what she told me?
No, what did she tell you?
She told me that I couldn't play with my new video game machine until I completed all my chores.
Damn, just like you're a kid.
In point of fact, that is incredibly fair. Alas, though, I did have to complete all of my chores, and I even went a little above and beyond. I've cleaned out my Lego room. It's still not perfectly clean, mind you, but at least we'll have room to build my new desk. I am trying to have No, I am trying to make this room a better room for Skyla and Crimson Skyla and Yoko. So yes, I didn't get to play around with this until yesterday evening, and then I was having the monitor problems.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see why you would consider the controller a secondary concern.
I was playing around with it today after I got home from my parents, but again, the monitor was my biggest issue and potentially trying to make some progress in Pokemon. Anyway, I suppose I should get back to the game. Let me take a quick look so the red envelope doesn't really say anything important. Let me take a quick look at its details again. No, that's not motive, that's just the letter telling him to kill himself. As far as this letter goes, I don't even know what it says. Let's see, this notebook page. I'm guessing it's actually...
I'm sorry for laughing. I just watched you do the nail polish bottle inspection.
Yeah, I forgot to check all of my evidence that Phoenix gave me because he's a goofbutt, and this was not something that I had in the first day. Anyway, I think we're finally gonna bite the bullet. Since the red envelope and the yellow envelope don't actually show specific motive, I think it's gotta be the notebook page, which we've already tied back to Misham in the Mason system, so that's what I'm gonna choose to present. If this is wrong, I'm gonna be mad again. Kristoph Gavin's motive becomes clear when we consider why the stamp came to Drew Misham's studio in the first place. And why...
It was that or the red envelope.
Oh, really? It was either of those. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I figured the yellow... Again, I figured the yellow envelope will have its time. Like, that's going to be one of those things where it's going to just... Yeah, this is where it's going to be specifically. But okay, and why was that? Forgery, Your Honor. Go back 7 years. Drew Misham accepts his first job creating forged evidence. I've seen that before. You are presenting forged evidence in court! Disbar him! Disbar him! A page from a diary, wasn't it? Magnifique Grammarier's diary.
When attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yes. This was the evidence he presented to his loss.
Technically, he never lost. That trial never completed. This evidence is a fake. Yes. Aha! He admits to using forged evidence. Disbar him. Disbar him. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven.
Objection!
Objection! The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright, who, other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it. And why would they?
Just out of curiosity, do you remember this red letter? This is the first page. Mr. Drew Misham, I've deposited the $100,000 in the designated account. Please send receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one, and this is the second. Those were presented in court yesterday. This letter was sent to Drew Misham by the client who requested that forgery. The enclosed stamp was none other than the poison commemorative stamp. Drew Misham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old.
7 years old?
The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase anything and anyone with connections to the forgery, to keep them from talking. But he made a mistake. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years. Shocked faces.
Do you understand what you're telling us?
Yes. For once I do, yes.
The one who schemed up the forged diary was the one who poisoned the stamp.
That is correct, sir.
And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago.
Yes, and if you knew anything about Phoenix Wright and his history, you would know that if he knew that it was if he knew that it was forged, he never would have presented it in the first place. He also would not have been the one to ask for the forged evidence in the first place. Also, if you know anything about that case, which you should, since it was your first case that you prosecuted, you would know that he wasn't asked to be the defense attorney until very last minute. He didn't have time to prepare any of this shit.
Well, if we ignore everything you just said and add my 2 statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Misham was none other than Phoenix Wright.
In other words, Vera's still innocent. I could send Phoenix to jail and not care about it. But that isn't how this is going to go down.
Oh? Then how will it go down?
Come to the office later and you'll see.
Will it go down like we're about to go down after the trial?
I love how we both made the same joke.
Instant for both of us.
Because these two have more chemistry than I've seen between a prosecutor and a... Well, okay, to be fair, everyone says Phoenix and Lost is Edgeworth. They don't. Phoenix certainly didn't have that with Franziska, and not with Godo either. And nobody has chemistry with Winston Payne. I checked through the records on that case when I found this. 7 years ago, just before the trial began. Aww. It's teeny tiny Trucy. Oh, old boy. Here. What's this? I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. And one more thing. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. I understand I am asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery.
You know, Trucy, why don't you have your dad's accent?
Because goblins don't have accents. They speak like goblins.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, the day before...
How did you not know this? You, as the prosecuting attorney, should have known this. Now, here's a question. Just who was Shady Enigmar's previous defense attorney? I wasn't an attorney yet. Marvin Grossberg had retired. There were literally none other than you, Kristoph Gavin.
... No! This can't all be!
But it is all true. Again, there were literally no other defense attorneys. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Kristoph Gavin, literally the only other defense attorney in existence at the time. Order! 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 What is the meaning of this, witness? I mean, defendant, or former lawyer. What is the meaning of all of this, Bologna?
Let me begin by denying this.
Objection!
Objection. It's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin.
And impossible to prove if you can. ...
Exclamation mark.
Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly did you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim?
Testimony. We can call in Maya Fey and have Shady Enigmar swear to the fact that you were his previous defense attorney. No retort?
I mean, I'd argue that it's ridiculous, but then you'd pull out that whole, ooh, but Dahlia Hawthorne thing, because we all know it's impossible for you to forget about her.
Technically, Apollo never met Dahlia Hawthorne, but yes, that is true. The judge sure as hell met her. And it probably was unforgettable for him for different reasons. That would be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield...
Objection!
Oh, that's your objection. I thought that was going to be mine.
No. Objection! Hair forehead. Are you sure you don't have evidence? ...
Exclamation mark. What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks clammy.
That shows this man. Kristoph Gavin requested that forgery 7 years ago.
This would probably be the yellow envelope moment.
Klavier? Just prove it! Clear up these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this case!
He must have thought of some evidence, Apollo. Prosecutor Gavin looks like he's in physical pain. That darkness. I have to pull that darkness out of him, and proof is the only way I can. What proves Kristoph Gavin's link to Drew Misham? Okay, yeah, this is it. This is the yellow envelope. Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Kristoph Gavin requested a forgery of Drew Misham 7 years ago. Prove it. It can be proven. ...
Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not... Objection! Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice?
I am.
Then, I say we give him the benefit of the doubt.
Very well, but if you're wrong about this, be prepared for yet another double penalty. All right?
Objection! Your Honor, you do the defense an injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about this claim. Did the penalty not match his passion?
Uh-huh. I saw that coming a mile away, which is why I saved. I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. This is an infinite one, right? So even if I had a full bar...
It doesn't say it, but contextually, I'm guessing it is.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Justice... Fine, Your Honor. All I have to do is prove any kind of link. Something that ties Kristoph Gavin to Drew Measham, and I have something that clearly does the job. Very well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew Measham. It's the yellow envelope. Phew! This evidence proves there's a link.
Objection!
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I was just double checking something. Objection! That scrap of paper? I'm afraid I can't let you submit that.
Is there some problem?
There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't.
Hey! That's Daddy's handwriting. Oh, good, Trucy. Nice job. Mr. Wright's handwriting? What is the meaning of this?
I see now. Yes.
What do you mean, of course?
I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell. Except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright? When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail.
Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell?
No. However, it appears that Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habit.
Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. This handwriting is terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Reproduction? Is he procreating with Iris outside of the bounds of court?
And they had a little baby letter together?
That sounds surprisingly plausible. When Mr. Wright visited Kristoph's cell, he brought with him a small video camera.
What?
He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin. And the contents of your personal mail.
Not that exclamation! Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery.
Prosecutor Gavin? ...
...
Okay, so hold on. if I'm understanding this correctly, we're getting around the fact that this is forged evidence by saying it's not the actual letter that was in his room, it's a reproduction of the letter based off of this video that Phoenix Wright took while he was in Kristoph's cell that included the contents of the letter. So it's not forged evidence.
Follow the video.
I mean, he could have. That would have been smarter, but we all know Phoenix isn't smart. Looks like Klavier's having a tough time of it. Prosecutor Gavin?
As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please. ...
The defense's claim is denied. What? Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record.
Better luck next time, Justice. ...
Exclamation mark. I knew that idiot Phoenix should have given me the actual fucking video. Well, we've certainly taken a detour from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Kristoph Gavin at this point. Apollo, do something! I'm thinking, but my head's on fire. And without evidence, I don't have anything I can use on it. Very well. This ends the special witness's cross-examination.
Objection!
Shit! The show's
Oh, hey, he's
over!
back.
The show's over! Yet the crowd screams for more!
Goblin business.
That's
Only
back
now
too.
do I understand why.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years. And I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet. Hey, Kristoph?
Well, you would know about being in the closet, Klavier.
Klavier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control? Mine or yours? Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor. Your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Klavier.
Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember what's really important to you.
You amuse me, Hair Forehead.
How shall I amuse you with the little goblin knows best? And yes, Emolga Brine, Klavier is really saving this. Again, this goes back to what I was saying about Klavier as a whole. He's far and away the best prosecutor that we've had, because he's not a... Okay, he is a bit of a pompous twit, but, like, he's not obsessed with winning at all.
Fault, if you will.
Say that again?
A glimmerous fault, if you
Yes, but he's not obsessed with winning at all costs, like Edgeworth, Manfred von Karma, and Franziska von Karma. He's not obsessed with beating the shit out of Phoenix for reasons that were beyond Phoenix's control, like Godo and having some kind of revenge fantasy like Franziska and Godo, even though he had the makings of a potential revenge motive because Apollo was the one who sent his brother to jail. No, he's been nothing but civil. He's been nothing but, like, courteous and cooperative. Even in the one case where he was directly involved because it was at one of his concerts. I'm not going to say he's the best or my favorite prosecutor, but damn, he is a good prosecutor. The first good, and I mean that in a moral sense, prosecutor that we've had in Ace Attorney. It only took him 4 fucking games. But alright, did you have an idea for Little Goblin that was best? Have I stalled enough?
Yes. Her forehead, you shall amuse me by speaking in a silly German accent.
Oh, very well. For the 3rd time this evening.
Why not? I couldn't forget what's really important to me, even if I tried. ...
Exclamation mark.
In fact, I haven't. Not even once. 7 years to go. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Herr Wright?
Resist what? Presenting solid evidence, as opposed to liquid or gaseous evidence, and don't tell me that we do not have liquid evidence that was attempted to be produced earlier by Valant Gramier in the form of the IV.
Might I request that we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. State your name and occupation, for the record.
My name is Manfred von Kammer. I am a prosecuting attorney. I am familiar with the trial. I've watched the video several times.
Didn't you find anything unnatural about it?
In point of fact, I found plenty that was unnatural about it, and most specifically that everyone bought the fact that Phoenix Wright, the man who had spent his entire career fighting against forged evidence, would suddenly bring forged evidence to the court and bought that hook, line, and sinker. Unnatural? Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence, and the next moment you call in Drew Measham. It was almost as if it was staged.
Almost as if... what?
... Funny, it didn't even occur to me to It occurred to me to wonder. Apollo is just a dunderhead, much like everybody else in this game. It didn't even occur to me to wonder, but now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Fairy godparents!
Magnificent.
Almost as if, from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Ah!
Correct. ...
Exclamation mark.
I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page. To do this, Klavier, I knew because you told me, Kristoph!
What?
It was the night before the trial. Klavier. Kristoph! Not seeing you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. Nah, I won't be appearing in the trial, actually. Huh? Why not? I won't be facing off with you on your first trial, apparently.
That would have been... Okay, so I'll go back to saying, it would have actually been really funny to see these two go head-to-head and have that dynamic between the prosecutor and the defense. But this works too, anyway. Objection! There's always a question. Anyway, keep going.
But in exchange, I brought information. Information?
I object to this information.
The attorney who will be there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't give him the benefit of your respect. Listen, I want you to call in a special witness. Then, etc., explaining my evil plan.
Yada yada yada, as they say in Seinfeld.
Yes, quite so. I wondered about it at the time. How did Kristoph know so much?
Prosecutor Gavin.
Kristoph! We were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserved that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case.
The victim's belongings? Which would have included Magnifi's diary, wouldn't it? ... Mr. Gavin.
My, Klavier, you disappoint me. You find the trees, yet miss the forest.
You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. ...
You can't sweep this under the rug. Not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial. ... Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing.
Apollo, what the fuck is going on here? I think we're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. It is a pity that we are not shining a light on the bottom of this thing. But oh well, I don't want to get to Kristoph's bottom either. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough.
7 years ago, the day before the trial.
Hello, Jay.
I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Grammarier.
Oh, Jay and Emolga weren't here. Actually, I don't think Snowy was here either when I revealed why this is actually different. Oh well. One card. Showdown time. Enough. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go.
To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I can tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker.
Don't worry, Jay.
I can come to no other conclusion.
Jay, Snowy, and Mulga Brian, don't worry about it. This stream is exactly the same as the last time I streamed Ace Attorney 4. Nothing has changed. Not a single thing. Don't worry about it in the slightest. Everything is perfectly normal.
Everything is just how it was last time, and I don't even know why you brought it up.
Yes, fair. Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Kristoph Gavin. Oh, Snowy wasn't looking. He missed it again.
Fantastic.
One more time for the Snowy in the back. Snowy, let me know when you're actually looking. Yes, Jay, you've cottoned on.
We guy.
Welcome to the first stream on my Switch 2.
Hooray!
And yeah. Okay, technically ZA by itself doesn't prove, though it does say Nintendo Switch 2 edition. But yeah, this is the incontrovertible. Yeah. That arrived yesterday. I did mention in the morning that it might be, like, I slipped it in very casually in my stream yesterday morning that perhaps the Switch 2 would be arriving before the end of the day.
I won't lie, Snowy. I thought it. I didn't say it, but I thought it.
See, I don't mind it for the Switch 2, because generally I'm playing it in a darker room, and the contrast to the darker room is nice.
You shouldn't be playing things in a dark room.
I am if I've got a migraine, but I shouldn't be playing anything if I've got a migraine. Video games are bad for migraine.
You are only reinforcing my point.
Shush! If I didn't play anything while I had a migraine, I'd have nothing to do while I had a migraine.
I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright? A second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man. He deserved to die for that error alone.
Hold it. So, the one who requested that forgery was...
Oh, I'm not admitting to anything.
Other than the fact that you were the previous attorney in the case.
My point is, these two men shamed me, and I could not forgive that. But Phoenix Wright and Zach Grammarier both deserved what they got.
Petty bitch. So you asked Mr. Measham to forge that evidence, so you could win. But then, when you were dismissed as Zach Gramarier's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap.
You fed me information about the forgery you made. You gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Incredible! If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Perfectly! You're mad, Kristoph. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Klavier? Tell me, how did that trial end?
Cancelled when the defendant vanished. And yes, Jay, the world would be a fuck-ton better without those like Kristoph Gavin.
Ah, I get it. So, Kristoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years. What?
You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance, so you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years.
You know, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said, every day for 7 years. But I felt it too. The journalist's sure he's being watched. End quote. Don't you worry. Wonder why Zach Grammarier got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me?
Well, wait just a minute. Does that mean he's been watching me too? I was involved in that case. Zach Gramrier was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years? ... Finally. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast, or that I'd have to speak in an accent when we got here, because I'm assuming that's what you're gonna do, LJ.
Yeah, you really want to get this done this stream, so it's gonna be the old bag.
Oh, good. I love Wendy Oldbag. Zach Gramrier, gone missing for 7 years. Trucy's father. Oh, what's wrong, Apollo? Go get him. Right, leave it to me, Wendy Oldbag. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Kristoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler, quote unquote. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Poisoned in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic. The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that traveler was Zach Gramrier. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going. We'll talk about it later. Exclamation mark. Did she already know? Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? The answer is probably not. You can't explain anything, you silly, you stupid snipper-wapper, but I'd like to see you try. It all started 7 years ago. The great magician Magnifi Gramrier's death started it. Magnifi Gramrier's death and his student Zach Gramrier is the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Kristoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence. Drew Mission. Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work, as we established back in trial whenever the fuck that was in, 10,000 BCE. You took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions?
To keep people from talking, of course.
But you'll never stop Wendy Oldbag from talking.
These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble.
That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers.
Troquinine. Applied to a commemorative stamp.
But luck was on Mr. Measham's side. That bomb didn't go off, at least not for another 7 years. His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp. I see. ... But that wasn't the only bomb he set up.
The Ariadne nail polish, of course.
You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. And teeny tiny Vera was even more adorable than Vera is now. Ah! That nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. That person gave me a good luck charm for when I absolutely had to go outside. It protects me. Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. She wouldn't tell me what it was or who gave it to her. It was from that client, I suppose. The one who wanted that note made. It was his insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside?
If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous. And the nail polish would do the rest.
His time bomb sat there for 7 years. And then they went off almost simultaneously, mostly because Drew Misham got poisoned by the stamp completely coincidentally, and after that, as a result of that, Vera had to get summoned to court, which was her first time outside of the house in 7 years.
If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time.
It's only been 6 months, you stupid farfel-muncher. Surely you've been in trials longer than this. Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said? Yeah, he's going to say we don't have concrete evidence of any of it.
Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction.
What?
Klavier, surely you understand. ... We're back to the evidence. The lacking evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and the atroquinine that took Drew Misham's life.
Objection!
Objection! I win the old bag object. What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Grammerye to keep him from talking.
I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think he was that particular fugitive.
Critical misread on your part.
Oh, you can't seriously think I knew that he was that particular fugitive.
Yeah. That there is a huge difference in what you said the first time versus the second time.
Significantly different, yes.
Yeah. So what you missed, Emolga, was basically Kristoph is now saying that there's no concrete evidence that proves any of this, and he's just going to go back to his cell because he thinks he's got us all wrapped in the bag.
Objection!
Objection? Okay, then why did you kill him?
Plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now.
Fair enough. I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here. No! But you were doing so well, Apollo! As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent.
Objection!
Objection, Your Honor. Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence.
Objection!
Objection! You still don't get it, do you? ...
Exclamation mark?
Let us assume that there was poison in the nail. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails?
What?
It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you.
Fuck off. Seriously, fuck you.
Evidence is everything. There is nothing more.
Normally, yes, but this is a jurist system. I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion. Your Honor, Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner Phoenix Wright's determination as well.
However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Klavier? Unfortunately, yes, Kristoph. You're right. That is, you would have been right.
Here we go.
Until now.
Exclamation mark.
What?
Yeah,
Did the
pissed
news
off.
not reach? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for a new judicial system.
Exclamation mark. Lest we forget. That's right. I'd totally forgotten, see? See? Stupid Apollo. The jurist system.
Jurist, you say?
The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law. Kristoph's gonna blow a fucking gasket.
Common citizens? Wisdom? Is this some kind of joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless, emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers.
Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by law.
Nonsense! There is only room for two in this court. Me and the law. Keep the riffraff out, I say.
Well, that's making you look good, buddy. ... They're not in the court, actually. They're watching everything by video camera. Oops, you fucked up.
How can you allow this?
Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright?
He's gonna do his thing again where he's a telekinetic.
Everything was leading to this. Of course. Right. Right. Right.
Holy fucking shit.
I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. Law. The law is everything. Law is absolute. You let ignorant swine soil your court. Krista, it's over.
Yeah, Mulder Brine, he really did dig his own grave on there. On that one.
Klavier, the law is absolute? You can't be serious. What? Odd. I thought you'd spent your whole life looking for loopholes. The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions.
The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. See, okay, here's the thing. Would any of you be surprised to know that I at least partially agree with Kristoph?
I can understand the perspective. I believe you've discussed it before, in fact.
Yeah, it's like... I mean, I've used the phrase 12 slack-jawed idiots to describe a jury before. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that I don't find a jury system to be a good system. On the other hand, law can be far too... Like, the problem with the jurist system is the same thing... It's the exact... Well, okay, yeah, it's the exact opposite of what the problem is with the standard court system. Right? The standard court system is far too rigid because it has to adhere to the letter of the law. But the jury system swings way too heavily in favor of emotion. Ideally, the jurist system would work better. but it doesn't because people suck and are people. But it's for that same reason that the traditional court system where you're judged by a judge doesn't work, because the judge is still a person too. But
theoretically, with a jury, you're at least averaging out.
Well, again, I'd still rather, and again, this is my perspective, I'd still rather take my chances, especially if I know that I'm innocent. I'd still rather take my chances with one guy who has significant knowledge of the law than 12 dumbasses from off the street. I'd rather not have to deal with any of that, because I'd rather not be convicted of a crime, or I'd rather not be indicted, or whatever the hell the term... Yeah, indicted of a crime. Convicted would be if I got the guilty verdict. But at the same token, again, I trust the person who has the direct law experience more than I trust 12 random people off this... Now, given where I live, that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, because average people in the street here probably have the IQ of a kumquat. But I see the benefits of a jury system. I think that it is better than going with a purely judicial-based system. At the same token, if it ever came down to it, I'd probably want a bench trial as opposed to a jury trial. For me personally. I just hope it never comes to it, but then again, I go walking around with a shirt that says I'm with stupid with the arrow pointing at my face.
Yeah, but at least you're self-aware about it.
Yes, well. I specifically wore this shirt today to inspire confidence in my parents. So I went over to their house this morning, and yes, I did do a bit of cooking, but the main reason that I was there was to repair one of their faucets. Sometimes it pays to have an engineer for a son.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that extensive of a repair, right? I basically just needed to buy some Loctite and, use it on a single bolt, and hopefully that resolved the problem. I had to put a little note next to the faucet that says, don't use this for at least 24 hours. So hopefully they listened. But yeah, no, that's why I'm wearing my I'm with stupid shirt today, just to inspire confidence in my repair work. Anyway, the law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. It is always changing, growing, nurturing it is our task as human beings.
Except for you, Kristoph. You aren't changing. You've stopped. You're not needed anymore. I also think that you should save your game.
Oh boy. Alright, on that note, I am going to take a quick break then, because I'm thinking something big is coming. So I'm going to go grab some more water. I will return shortly. Righto, I'm back. I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday I'll know what law is, and I'll fight to change it if I have to.
Not the most encouraging phrase to hear from your attorney.
Yes, well,
Someday I'll know what law is.
Yes, well, to be fair, Phoenix spent how many years as an attorney and never actually knew because he never opened the fucking books. I see no need to further prolong this trial. This began as the trial of Vera Misham accused of murdering her father, the painter Drew Misham. However, several other incidents were reviewed and we seem to have reached a conclusion.
Official business. Goblin business. Please see
I mean,
table for
everyone
business
wants
cards
to know what law is, Dino Guts. But alright. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Jurists of the court.
You mean my decision?
Your decision, LJ?
Well, Snowy just gave me a very important choice to make.
That's fair. What shall you do?
Will you cooperate willingly, or will I be forced to use the power Snowy has given me to force you into the bad ending?
I'm not cooperating willingly.
Then I shall use the power Snowy has bestowed to perform Take That!
I see. Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter. Uh-oh. We prosecute that crazy guy even though he's not the defendant. Alright, October 9th, 12:48 p.m., Jurist Chambers. This ends the trial for this case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. The decision cannot be reached today. It may never be reached. Factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. Panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Number 6. Please wait! Yes, jurist number 6? There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all of your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of this of the case. With the development of this case? I see. Does that answer your concern? By the way, I'm assuming they're using some kind of voice modifier, modulator, whatever. ... It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. ... Judge wisely, judge well. Do I actually get to...
6.
Oh, hey.
The ending rests in your hand.
Oh my
your
god.
Hand that shall answer guilty.
Jurist number 6 is Lamiror. First of all, she's not even a citizen of this country, but... Alright, this is Take That. This explains why Dawning hates Jurist number 6, aka Lamiror. And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. First verdict under the jurist system. A hung jury. The final verdict would have to wait for the following day. Jay, I was forced I was forced to.
I made him. I wanted to see. I knew how to get there, but I didn't know how. But I don't know what actually happens.
Little Goblin Knows Best was used to redeem a Take That.
I know best.
Yes.
Or do I? Some may argue, may dispute this.
But fate had different plans. That night, defendant Vera Misham's condition worsened. She died. Don't blame me! I'm just the guy who gives them the power. I don't tell them what to do with it. She died in her hospital bed. Her verdict was postponed for eternity. Oh, they don't want to just see it. They want to see me experience it. One jurist verdict. Hey, I got an award for it. Alright, so that's it. That's the end.
Alright, that was Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Tune in next week for Apollo Justice 2.
No, we're going back. We're abso-fucking-lutely going back.
That is why I made you save.
Yes. Alright, we've seen all this before. Someday I'll know what law is, and I'll fight to change it if I have to. Yeah, the attorney has no fucking clue what law is. Jay, I'm disappointed in all of us, too. And what makes it even worse is that it was Trucy's mother doing that.
Yeah.
Not that that was revealed, but...
You're pretty convinced. Is it
Us
true?
does not
I
include...
don't know.
No,
But
us includes me, Snowy, and LG. Like, I'm just disappointed in all of us involved with this channel. To be fair, it's not the first time I was forced to play out the bad ending.
This one is a little less funny, though. The grammar is all correct.
Yeah, and it's just... I mean, none of the bad endings are funny, though.
No, but the miracle never happened is just kind of funny for being incorrect grammar in this sad and serious moment.
Snowy, you're the one that gave LG the power.
Oh, I could have spent 500 points if I needed
Also
to.
true, considering what I saw that you screenshotted, which is terrifying. Oh well. But yeah, technically she's not involved with this specific case. She was involved with the case 7 years ago with the death of Magnifi Grammarier, but... Alright, now don't rush this. Like, see Phoenix. Phoenix is disappointed. He knows that we screwed this up the first time. Judge the defendant wisely.
I know you're back here. I know you did it the first time, just to see what happens.
Don't be an idiot. Like, I can definitely see... And by the way, yeah, that bracelet. That bracelet confirms that, okay, she is Trucy's mother. I don't remember if they showed that. I was just too busy being appalled. But they definitely showed it this time.
Oh wow, you can actually fully see her face in the reflection. It's not a
You can.
silhouette. Her
Well,
face is there.
It's not the face. I knew that it was Lamuror, but what I was looking at was the bracelet on her arm. The one that matches
Okay,
Apollo's.
yeah, that took a second to show up.
I'm not sure if I saw that when she hit guilty. I don't remember because I was too busy being appalled at us choosing guilty. And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. The first verdict on...
the injustice, you could say.
Yeah, appalled at the injustice, exactly. The first verdict under the juris system, and it's still going to be the last one. Innocent by unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Kristoph Gavin laughed. A laugh louder than any ever heard before or since. Yeah, appalled at us justice. LG, would you care to give an attempt at this laugh, or should I try it?
That peaked like fuck.
It did. Should I try?
Yeah, let's go. That's also very good. I can never tell when you were done or when you just peaked above them and kept going.
No, I took a couple of breaths in there. Jay, I have the crazy laugh down pat. Like, I can do various kinds of crazy laughs. Insane laughs. But yeah, no, my poor wife is gonna wonder what the fuck I'm up to this time. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. Oh, so I should keep going for hours. October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Vera Misham opened her eyes. This is Phoenix's room! October 10th, 10:12 a.m., Hickfield. Why did we take her there? No, the creep is there.
He's the most esteemed professional in his field.
Uh-huh. That's what you say. I lost your Edgeworth. But yeah, no, they don't call me maniacal for nothing. I am partially batshit insane. Vera, I'm so glad. Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too, and proud. You did well, Apollo. And I thought about, what if Vera... Hey now, don't
Yes,
you
Tracy.
start crying too.
What if, Vera?
Yeah, what if Vera?
Amusingly, nothing should have happened to cause her to live in this ending, or alternately, die in the bad ending. Nothing changed except the decision of a single jurist.
Yes, that's it. So, basically, La Mirror, aka Thalosiraptor Grammarier, is the one who literally decided whether Vera lived or died. I see why Dawning hates Thalosiraptor now, because Vera is cute, and we know Dawning likes cute girls. Sorry you had to see us like this. Oh, she's smiling for real! Vera? Thank you so much, Apollo. Thank you. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails. No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm. Vera, when I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be part of the world, to see things with your own eyes. Looks like that poison had some effect after all. It completely changed her personality. But yeah, no, Vera is a moe girl that you just want to protect. Not for me, because the hair isn't red, but I believe it. It killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future. I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you. No, really, it's okay. Wait, she's left-handed.
Is she?
I'm pretty sure I saw her sketch with her left hand. I'll have to double-check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. I wasn't paying that close attention to the animation.
It hasn't happened on the stream yet, so I can double check.
Oh, look, it's me. I love it.
Yep,
Thanks.
You were saying?
Yep, Lefty.
Well, okay, maybe I do want to protect her after all. Oh, hey, she's doodling again, so all I had to do was wait.
Up on screen.
Yes, Apollo, that's you. All you are is your pointy hair. Okay.
Fuck, that's good.
Oh my god, she's got a sense of humor. It's always the quiet ones. She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so at least. We all think so. That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is? Yeah, you technically also owe Klavier as well. The other lawyer? Oh! You mean Daddy? Oh, that is another possibility, yes. Except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that. Oh, I know why we're in Phoenix's room. First of all, he probably does have his own room basically booked at the Hickfield Clinic, considering how often he does stupid shit and gets injured. Second of all, she's the occupant of the other bed in that room. The one that we've never actually had to look at, but like it's been there in the background the whole time.
She's been here the whole time.
Something like that. He brought all those things. He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier. Oh, so he gave her his DVD collection. Never mind. You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all? I mean, he's just been a fucking hobo. What else has he had to do with his life? You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did what? How? I'm not telling. He promised me that day he went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But know this, I will be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Grammarier, after all. Would you like me to just keep talking that accent for Snowy?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, Trucy, in the end he couldn't keep that promise, could he? He's okay. Phoenix is my daddy now, even if he can't really play the piano. That he cannot. Oh, and I got you too. Even if your voice is kind of loud sometimes, we will count that as chords of steel. For probably less time in this game. Glad I made your list. Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy? The one who cannot play. Do you know Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone earlier. I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. Oh, he went to go see Iris. Ay, Walt. Tihi, in Russian. Oh, Trucy. Yes, Vera. I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Het was it? Oh no, not this motherfucker. Oh, he's not been knighted, yet. Yes, Dino Guts, inside you are two fathers, one who can play a piano and one who cannot. Here goes, do us an impersonation, Mr. Het. Da, I will do impersonation of Phoenix Pasta Boy. He was Imposter Phoenix, who was attorney, and he went something like, objection, ahem. Not loud enough, and I like Miss Magic underwear better anyway. That's Magic Panties, Apollo. Now where is Mr. Phoenix the Noodleman? So, your memory has returned. Mr. Wright, was this all part of your plan too? I do not know what you are talking about. When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lamiror. But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists. Ah, you are thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy. Of course it is a happy thing. Dot 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 in Russian. For so long I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children. Two dear children. I'm so proud of them. These two, I think, is thanks to you. Are you going to tell them? They do not know? Nope. Yet, they do not know their mother. They do not even know that they are siblings. I will go to them when time is right. Until then, Don't worry, I will take care of them for you. They're very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still. Phoenix, you are one to talk, you stupid farful muncher. I need the Russian expression that is equivalent to farful muncher. But yes, time is now to tell them. You have been missing from their lives for so long. In fact, I do not even know if Apollo knows you exist. But this would at least partially explain why Phoenix never told Trucy and Apollo they are siblings. Phoenix, it is not... I mean, on the one hand, I fucking hate Phoenix because he is Doomkoff. On the other hand, this is not his news to share, is technically the news from their mother that I was supposed to... that their mother is supposed to share. But oh well, next thing we know, she's gonna die too. I have to keep an eye on her at least, because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Okay, this is something. I do not know what, but this is something. Your bracelet. Da? I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years. but your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Kristoph Gavin's office. And then I met you. Two fates destined to intertwine, and I was there when they crossed. I'll never forget that. ... Such a small thing, that bullet, yet it tore away who I was away. "10 years ago, during a simple rehearsal. It was a miracle no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe, my family. ... Now my memory has returned, I am myself once more. For the first time, I am glad to be alive, Mr. Reich. Speaking of miracles, Vera Misham regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she is as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken, sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they've got something worth leaving for." So basically, we get none of this fucking exposition for the bad ending.
Well, no, because it is the bad ending. You're not supposed to do it.
But you
It's
could
such a-
continue. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, it's such a blatantly incorrect choice that you have to be going out of your way to say guilty.
I mean, that's fair. But, like, you could theoretically go into the next game and not know any of this. Trucy, Grandmaye, frankly I got my doubts, but Hat Grandmaye, now that'll pack 'em in. Sorry, I had to do one quick voice and get Mr. Hat in one last time before the end because he had a line.
Tell me when Klavier comes in.
He was there, yeah.
Yeah. It's not every day you get a trial that rocks harder than one of our gigs, yeah? That's why it's over. The Gaviners are breaking up. News caused a run on tissues at supermarkets nationwide. You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session.
But seriously, I don't understand why she didn't just tell them.
I don't know.
Well, it's finally over. You know, thinking about it, I've been a piano player longer than I... It's true! Now that everything's sorted, I've got time on my hands. Maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam. Again. Go drink, Phoenix. You need it. Will they let him take the bar exam again? Also, I love how the background they chose for him was his hospital room at the clinic. Because he probably did fuck himself up again. Hello, Science Goblin. So, I was standing around eating snack-hoos the other day when I got this crazy idea. What if they were golden? You could augment the crunch, or better yet, make them ding! Haha, the power of science. Although the preservatives might not be 100% safe. I mean, maybe the judge will finally remember that he's honest. We never conclusively proved, though, that Kristoph was the one who forged the evidence in the first place. In unlikely event you are wanting Russian feast, come to Borscht Bowl Club. The only thing colder than restaurant is borscht. But if greater challenge is being required, then come to the hideout. Yous know who to ask for. But yeah, Kristoph is petty enough to not actually admit to anything even after all this. Also, I kind of want a golden snack here.
I want to try it.
So, Kitaki Pastries is getting back to its Eastern roots is all. Yo, boss, culture time! This is how we write root, capiche? But we're still about giving back to the people. Yo, boss, PR time! And this is how we write people, alright? Not that Walkie's paying any attention. Oh, kids.
I missed part of her line, which was kind of bad, but whatever.
Easily, Chinese characters on a cake was a fly idea like 3,000 years ago. Believe that. You want to make it today, you gotta keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's why I made the OG cracker for real. I know it don't look like no cracker, G. What? You want me to call it the OG muffin? What's the matter with you? I never settled on a voice for him. He's just an idiot.
Not really.
I don't know where all this talk about food is coming from. You ask me, there's only one food, and that's noodles. Noodles forever. I got a new one, too. See, this time I just put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. Why pretend? Ildune's noodles is about the salt. Salt forever. God bless you, Noodleman. Yeah, finally the whitest dessert, the OG cracker. Oh god, it's this guy. My exceptionally inquisitive nature has won me the unequivocal adoration of my department. You see, they used to call me Wesley Stinkler and Wesley Sticky Hands. But no longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness, and I am the... No, that's not why they call you Wesley Sicko, buddy.
I love it.
I'm surprised they let you stay in school with that particular crime. Okay, I mean, it's not a huge crime, but
perjury?
Like... What?
The
panty theft.
Yeah.
He didn't commit perjury. I don't know how to thank you for all you've done. Light has returned to my life, and with it, joy. I may have lost years, but I've gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. Then tell them! I will think of them when I write my next song.
Honestly, at this point, I just kind of assume that every witness in the series commits perjury at least once.
No! Sometimes they don't.
Brushel here, back on the beat with another interview. How do I feel about how things turned out? Well, I'm in fucking jail, so... no scoop yet, but journalist confidence is mint condition. End quote.
I don't know why... Okay, I guess he's interviewing Kristoph. I've decided to keep painting. Originals only, of course. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world outside to find what to paint, but I know there are good people out there now. I've met them. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you. Very nice. Vera really is talented. Like, extremely talented. Turnabout Succession awarded. Congrats, you've unlocked a special bonus in the music and background setting screen. AJAA commemorative... Okay. And that's it?
That's it.
We won't be continuing with Dual Destinies right now. Among other things, I have to come up with a name for it. But that will be what we do next week. So yeah, for once there's actually not going to be a gap between Ace Attorney series. I'm just jumping straight in to Ace Attorney 4. And there's a reason for it. And her name is Athena.
Yup.
About fucking time. But it's only 10:13. So I have an idea. It's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
But
But,
let's see.
but
It's not that difficult to implement. I will stop streaming for a moment, and when I return, it'll be blaze black.